By what standard?
I'm 6'4", only about what? 8% of the entire world is 6'4". I make well over 100K a year. And I'm black at that if you add that on.
That's why he said that. That's why he talked the way he talked. That's why. That's why he thinks he's a top tier man, because he's 6'4" and black. This is why. He's the trinket. He's the fetish.
The media was on black men more than any other demographic.
I was 19 dating a 33-year-old. And if you're a young woman in between the ages of like 18 and 24 and you're dating somebody that's more than 3 years older than you, you need to run. So you know all those losers and them bums and just weirdos that you be around now, you're like, I'll never date your ass. They grow up. And in 20 years, they're going to be trying to get with girls that's 20 years younger than them.
House cleaning before we get started. For those who have been rocking with me from day one, I appreciate the support. For those who may be new here, coming in or out the door, for me, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, get it cracking in the comments. Everybody in your engagement absolutely helps promote me into the YouTube algorithm. I thank y'all for the support. Now let's get to it. Drop the video.
By what standard?
I'm 6'4", only about what? 8% of the entire world is 6'4". I make well over 100K a year. And I'm black at that if you add that on.
That's why he said that. That's why he talked the way he talked. That's why. That's why he thinks he's a top tier man, because he's 6'4" and black. This is why. He's the trinket. He's the fetish. But this is the dude that y'all follow, fellas. This is the rhetoric that y'all subscribe to from hypocrites. A black man playing stepdaddy to some white kids with a single mother who was a BBL Becky. Mind you, getting her knocked up because she's currently pregnant, not even married to her. They've been together since 2017 and has yet to put a ring on her finger.
When you've been waiting for it and think everything is a proposal.
And darling, this is more than anything. So Christmas is around the corner, and since we got a little mixed baby here, we're gonna see which Santa he chooses. We got a black Santa,
And I have the white ones.
and let's see which one he chooses. Same time, don't cheat.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Which one are you gonna pick?
Like, all the boxes were checked. Cringy interracial couple content. She's begging to be proposed to. She's a single mother. All of these things that he tells you in clips like this.
As a single mother, do you believe you deserve a man in the top percentile?
I'm able to do everything else, whether or not I have a baby or not. I still can be a great wife.
Yeah, listen, single moms, recreational use only.
Do you mean like
Time out. Let's reverse it real quick. What?
Looks like you're doing more than recreational use with her, buddy. Or maybe you're not, because you still ain't married her, but you're giving her those mixed kids that she enjoys to make content with, though, right? So like most of these podcasts, I keep telling y'all, a lot of these podcast guys that are the loudest about women are out here living double lives and making bank off of y'all. They're doing the same thing that these podcasts and pink pill women do to other women. They're doing to y'all. And I say this all the fucking time. These podcast guys are never married. They're never in successful relationships. And they're usually buddy boys. But these are the guys y'all subscribe to. These are the guys that y'all are in my comments arguing with me about, defending, and telling me that I'm simping for women. But instead of listening to fellas like myself who are actually married in real life and trying to tell y'all how to find them, y'all would rather listen to guys like him, because it reassures the echo chamber that you want to be in. Y'all'd rather sit and point and blame women all fucking day for why you can't find a wife. But everybody's an alpha man, a good man, and a top tier man, though. Yet can't none of y'all get together and find no fucking woman. But when married men like myself get to talking about what y'all need to do, you tell me to shut the fuck up because, well, you married, bro. Why you worried about another man? So y'all don't want to hear what I got to say.
Look, shout out to Benny for doing his due diligence with this. Look, man, I've watched COOLEY and the No FUGAZEE podcast several times. I agree with a lot of the points he makes. I think his work in the greater manosphere as well as the black manosphere in particular, shout out Obsidian, O'Shea Duke Jackson, and Kevin Samuels. I think with a lot of guys in the manosphere, the black manosphere, that they make a lot of good points. And I think the red pill in the manosphere is definitely needed. It has taught a lot of young men the warnings of modern women, the ongoings of modern women, how to avoid certain situations with modern women, to recognize them. And I think the manosphere and the black manosphere in particular has done overall good. Now, there is some fugazi shit going on with COOLEY over there and his alleged tryst with the BBL Becky. Let me say this. I agree with a lot of COOLEY's talking points, and that's just what it is, talking points, because it's not mirroring his reality. And I have no shade for COOLEY. I have nothing personally against him or professionally against COOLEY and the No Fugazi podcast. But I will say, you cannot live a double life. You cannot project something to others that you're in fact not living yourself. And this is the problem I say in particular with a lot of guys, right? Or a lot of people in general, not just women, not just men, but people in general. A lot of people may feign to not agree with something. A lot of people may feign that they wouldn't tolerate something. A lot of people may feign that they wouldn't do X, Y, and Z. But the real test of their conviction is to put in front of them the very thing they claim to not desire and give them access to it, and then see if they'll still be 10 toes down on their particular ideology or pathology in regards to something that they deem undesirable for others and that they wouldn't partake in when in fact they would. You know why? Because people are not one way. People are human beings. We're not just one way over here or one way over there. We're a combination of a lot of things. And to test someone's fortitude is to actually give them access to things that they normally would say they wouldn't desire, and we'll see how far that goes. See, it's one thing to say you wouldn't do anything that you don't have access to. It's another to actually have access to it and to stick to those convictions and see what happens with a guy like COOLEY, allegedly, and I'm going to say allegedly. I don't know if any of this is true, that he's not. I know for a fact they do have a baby. I don't know if they're married or not. That's why I'm going to say alleged. If this is an alleged behavior from a guy who actually promotes not dating single mothers and only using them for recreational use at all, and he's doing the very thing he's actually against, it's hypocrisy in its highest form. And he has to be called out on it. As much as I like COOLEY far as what he does on his podcast, because I don't know him personally. I'm not saying I like him personally. I like his overall aesthetics of his podcast, his presentation, and his talking points. I like that about him. But if he's doing this in reality, then it's a very mixed message. And I think brothers like COOLEY need to step away from the red pill, step away from the manosphere if you cannot live the reality of what you're promoting on your podcast.
The media was shitting on black men more than any other demographic. They were saying that black men were going to go and turn out for Donald Trump in record numbers, and that black men had abandoned the Democratic Party, and black men showed up for Kamala Harris yesterday.
That's because black men are traditionally the punching bag of America. Like, if you want to scapegoat any group in America for doing something, the ills, the woes, and the wrongs of America, just find black men. Black men voted in this past election at 80% for Kamala Harris. 80%. 20% did not, but 80%. That's an overwhelming majority. And yet, all I heard from Misandrous online was constant complaining about black men are going to cost Kamala the election, when in fact it was white women, white men, Latino men, Latino women, and others, meaning people who were actually part of her ethnic group didn't support her either. But I find it so ironic, right, that black women in particular are holding black men to a standard to vote for Kamala Harris, for a woman who's not, for one, she's not one of us, she's not black, and for two, is married to a white man. So I got a question to all the black women that are having a hissy fit because she lost, and you still want to blame black men. And by the way, Many of you haven't even issued an apology. But let me ask you this question. Why should black men stand in the gap for Kamala when her own man, the very man she married, is actually married to, couldn't get his own people aboard the program to put his wife in office? But you want to dump all the trauma and all the reasons she lost onto the shoulders of black men who she don't even fuck with? Y'all can't be serious. Y'all can't be serious right now. I better not see another one of you on social media claiming that black men ain't this, claiming that black men ain't that, when in fact, the very woman that some of you called a queen, the queen is married to a white man, and his people, he couldn't even get his people aboard the program to help get his wife in office. Y'all are ridiculous. Y'all are ridiculous and sad and pathetic. Let's go to the next one. She must have forgot a man was in the house. You were about to bop it up on social media, turn around with those forbidden pants on and show everybody the goodies, and he came and broke that shit up with the quickness. See, ladies, this is what I say for this attention that y'all seek from other men on social media. You have a whole ass man at home, and that's not good enough. You still want to bop it up on social media and turn around with those damn pants that we all know show camel toe and every nook and cranny of your body. You want to get on social media and show that off to other men for what? Attention and validation. You got a whole ass man right there in the house that heard you getting ready to, turn your ass around to this song and show everybody your goodies. And he was like, I don't think so. And did y'all notice that she stopped? Did you notice she stopped? She didn't carry on. You know why? Because she knows she has a good thing and it's not worth it. It's not worth the attention from other men on social media to lose that man in the house. She straightened her ass right up, as she should.
I was 19 dating a 33-year-old. And if you're a young woman in between the ages of like 18 and 24 and you're dating somebody that's more than 3 years older than you, you need to fucking run. Society grooms girls, specifically young black girls, to believe that we're more mature just because we're adultified and we get put in these fucked up predicaments at a young age. So that when we arrive to adulthood and older men are attracted to us, it seems natural, like it seems normal. It's how we carry ourselves. Oh, you know how to do a little credit score. You know how to manage your bills. You're just more mature than other girls your age. That's bullshit. They know that there are certain situations you haven't been put in before that women that are their age have been. They know there are certain milestones that you haven't hit that they've already hit. And they know how young and easy to impress you are. If you just graduated high school and you dating a man that has a car and a house and furniture and all of this shit in it, that's going to sound like the greatest thing ever. It's going to make sense for you, but it shouldn't make sense. And they know that. And the women their age won't date them. So you know all those losers and them fucking bums and just weirdos that you be around now, you're like, I'll never date your ass. They grow up. And in 20 years, they're going to be trying to get with girls that's 20 years younger than them. And you're going to be like, he's such a fucking loser. That's who you're picking from now. The fucking loser pool. So save yourself the trauma, the pain, the heartache of having to find shit out. Date somebody your own fucking age. And if any man is attracted to you or tries to get with you that's extensively older than you, 10, 20, 30, fucking call somebody. Call your brother, call your daddy or somebody, because he needs to hit his ass beat.
I got a question. You say society makes young black women believe that they're more mature than what they actually are. Here's my question. Society apart, where's your folks? Where's your parents? Where's your father? Because your father's the guy that protects you from this type of stuff. Oh, yeah, that's right. A lot of y'all are raised in single mother households that y'all constantly tout and celebrate. But when stuff like this happens, then you want to say, oh, woe is me, perpetual victim. Society makes me do things that I don't want to do. It's not society making you chase older men for material goods, for resources or access to resources and his money. No, it's your lack of morals, because you were raised in a moralist family. You were raised by a mother who didn't teach you values. You were raised by a mother who didn't teach you proper standards. You were raised by a mother who told you to invest her effort, her youth, into chasing material things, chasing the almighty dollar, chasing what, for one, you could actually earn on your own, and for two, you have no business pursuing anyhow. See, this is the problem with a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all are amoral or lack morals. You think that the almighty dollar is worth everything in life. It's the most valuable thing you can attain in life. Not character, not values, not morals, not a belief system rooted in values. No, you think chasing money is the best thing or the best path to your success. And it's not. And so you get yourself in these situations where you're dating the older guy because, let's be honest, he's after your youth and you're after his resources. Stop acting like you're a victim in this, because you're not. And once you get burned by it, or you get a less than favorable outcome, then you're a victim. Then, woe is me. He took advantage of me. I didn't know what I was doing. You know, the blah, blah, yakety smackety, the stuff that y'all all feign that you was just young and dumb and you didn't know any better. But my question is, where are your folks? Where are your folks at? Before it gets to the point of you actually dating a guy that's 20 years older than you, which I think is a bit ridiculous. But again, if you're an adult, it's none of my business. You date who you want to date as an adult. And if there's a 20-year age gap and you're an adult and you're okay with that until you get burned, then whose fault is that? It's yours. You're investing your time and your youth in the wrong things. Now, not all older men who are interested in dating younger women are predators or trying to manipulate and use you. You just found the one that did. Why? Because you don't have discernment. You wasn't raised with proper character. You were raised on how to vet men. You were raised on seeking transactional relationships, whether it be with men, women, or whoever, because you're a transactional person. And woe is me, lo and behold, when you get burned, you get hurt, you get traumatized, now you're a victim. Oh, I'm so shocked and chagrined that it turned out this way for you, but I'm really not. This is what happens when y'all are not raised in proper family structures. You go out here and you become deviant, debaucherous, and you become lost, and then you want to blame everyone except yourself and the family you were raised in. That's all I got, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Get it cracking in the comments. I'll see y'all in the credits. 2 fingers. Peace. I'm out of here. See y'all on the next one.
Like Jesus.
I don't ask for much from you. It's like you don't got the time to lose. Made me feel like I'm a burden when I tell you how I'm hurting.